The snake is gone, right? Y'all, sorry, PETA, do not come for me. But I went to go get my gun to kill this snake. And then I come back, that mother sucker is not there, right? I said sucker, okay? I didn't curse. But that guy is not there, right? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, where could he be, right? So, naturally, I have, and I'm going to say this because I always say this, right? I go to the man that always tells me to go for him whenever I need help. My hillbilly neighbor.
This is season 2, guys.
And you're listening to the Lama Podcast.
This fool is a step.
This is Josh Martinez.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Doros.
This is Nathaniel Morales.
This is Della.
What's up? We're the Lama Podcast, man.
And you're listening to the Lama Podcast.
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 Yeah, can you hear me good? So let's go to the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Lama Podcast. I am joined on this day. Well, first of all, welcome to the Lama Podcast. Continue listening on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Anchor, Google Podcasts, YouTube, all your favorite platforms. Today, as I told many of you, I am joined by someone who is going to be the new host of the Lama Podcast. This person is someone I have known for my entire life. And I assume some of you, I don't know if I put in the title already, but many of you may guess who it is. And many of you know him. His name is Josh Martinez. Woo!
What's up, everyone?
Welcome, Joshy. How are you?
Doing good, man. I'm excited for this.
Okay.
This is just a project that we've been having, and we've been kind of delaying. We've been kind of a little busy with school, you with your other responsibilities, and we're finally getting to it, so I'm excited.
Yes, we've been talking about it for a while, kind of like us, you, me, and Jovan, or Jovan, you, and I. Sorry, English is bad. But, you know, like I said, it just took some time to be able to get everything going together, just to be able to get everything set up. But, you know, finally we're here, and Josh is going to be joining us basically every week now for the Llama Podcast, talking about different things. And, we hope you guys enjoy it.
And if you guys haven't noticed, we are wearing the same shirt.
Dude, yes, we're wearing the same exact shirt. Dude, do you want to tell the story about how we got these shirts?
You tell it. I technically wasn't here. I was still in Africa. This is my brother's shirt,
Oh, yeah. So, like, if you notice on these shirts, right? Like, I'll show it out here to this camera. They have, like, a little volleyball, right? And I don't know if it has...
This side doesn't have anything. You want me to show my back?
Oh, yeah, you show your back.
So, my back says, can you see it? Is that fine?
Yeah, stand up a little bit more.
That?
Okay, yeah, exactly. It says that, right? And for me, it says...
Can you see my butt?
No, I can't.
Okay, good.
It's because you got no butt.
No, I'm in underwear, actually. No, I'm just kidding. I'm in shorts.
Imagine. Dude, sometimes, because you could only see the top of, like, from, like, you know, chest up, I'd be like, dude, I could just be, like, whatever I want down here. You know what I mean?
Low-key, when I take contests from my church, I wear Crocs.
Dude, same.
Swear, like the Crocs that I have right here.
Dude, the other time, I just took it without shoes.
My dad has done that.
Yeah? Yeah, because I'm just like, bro, too much. Like, I ain't going to wear fancy shoes. Yeah. But we got these shirts because basically, like you see, it's like a volleyball shirt, sort of, right? And it's like a team shirt, if you want to call it that, right? And the shirt was like for when we go to the, you know, the church reunions that we go to, they had like tournaments that they do with the other areas, like Los Angeles, San Diego. For those of you who don't know, we have like basically like retreats, you know? And volleyball is one of probably the biggest sports that we do, volleyball and soccer, right? Us, we like volleyball more because we're not like straight up frijoles, you know what I mean? So we're just like volleyball, not soccer. We're not going into that stereotype, I guess, you know? But we got these shirts made, and, you know, so we can be like, look more professional because everybody's usually in just like random t-shirt or whatever, you know what I mean? But we want to look more professional and intimidating. And I forgot who got it. Was it Josh or not Josh? Was it Toros or Esteban? I don't know.
Like I said, that's why I'm having you tell the story.
Yeah, but basically one of those guys got it, and it's a pretty cool llama. As you know, the Llama Podcast, it's like, you know, about the friends and everything. We're going to get more into that later. But it's, you know, about all of us, our group of friends, all of us together. This is like the Llama Squad. It was born, if you guys heard the episode with Esteban, it was born of, you know, like the clan tag in Call of Duty, you know? So that everybody, dude, I get texts all the time. They're like, bro, you misspelled llama. How did you not even know how to spell it? And I was like, bro, I ain't stupid. I know how to spell llama. You don't know how to spell llama, right? Like, they're the ones that don't know. But yeah, that's the story of these shirts. Not for sale, sorry. I could exploit this for money, but I'm not going to.
I don't even have one, so don't feel like left out.
Is that your brother's?
Yeah, it's my brother's. That's what I'm saying. I was in Africa when you guys did all this.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I feel like you were gone for so long.
I know. Honestly, I missed so much.
Dude, honestly, I feel like it was like, wasn't it almost 2 years? Like a year and a half, no?
More than 2 years.
More than 2 years. And did you signed up only for 2 years? My goodness. Dude, that's
we're
so
getting
crazy.
off topic. This is for later.
Yeah. Okay, so as we were saying, kind of what we wanted to speak about today was kind of like the plans that we had before coronavirus, because this is like the first episode we're doing, kind of just like, catching up. Because personally, as I told you guys, we weren't doing the podcast for a while. I wasn't doing the podcast for a while, and a lot of stuff has happened. So yeah, we're just gonna be talking about that different type of stuff. Josh, you have anything you want to talk about, or?
The reason why we're deciding to talk about this is because COVID has affected everyone, not just like, oh, it's just Jared or just me. This is worldwide. It's affecting everyone, and I think should be the first topic we should talk about. Like, I know he had a podcast with Edgar. Shout out Edgar. But like, this is technically like the first official getting back into the rhythm. Like, that was just like a warm-up type of thing,
Yeah.
And this is the first official, so I think it's important to talk about the one thing that's affecting all of us, and the reason why we are not going to school in person, and so many restrictions. And I think this is the perfect topic to talk about.
Because I realized when I was doing the stuff for the podcast, the other last couple episodes,
yeah,
I realized I never really talked about like that, I kind of just talked about other things, and like we were talking about, like we would bring it up, like everybody knows, you know what I mean, and like you know what I mean, it wasn't like we didn't have really like an episode dedicated to it, or like everything like that, because I swear you could talk with anybody about the the situation, the pandemic, right? And everyone you talk to can talk for hours about it. You know what I mean? And like, because it affects everybody. Like you said, it affects all of us. As I was saying, like one of the first things that it had affected for me personally was when I was planning to go work for, some of you guys might know if you guys follow me, but I was planning to go work for the census for a while. And, what it was supposed to be was working from March to September, right? And just to be completely transparent with everybody, so they kind of understand like why I was excited to do it. I'm getting paid like, because I'm working that right now, but it was supposed to be from March to September. I'm getting paid like $19 an hour, right? And I was like super pumped, because who's not excited to make like that much money? You know what I mean? And I literally got accepted to the job the day, like on like a Friday or something like that. Was it Friday or Thursday? Something like that. And then 2 days later, I think it was a Friday, because then it was Sunday. 2 days later, they tell me, oh, all positions are terminated. We have to, because the corona stuff going on. It was like in the beginning of March, you know what I mean? So this was right when everything was very rampant and everything was going on. And I was kind of like, I'll be honest, like I was kind of like bummed out, because I was like, this is the first thing that like, because first of all, like quarantine barely started. And we're like closed up probably for like a couple weeks at this point,
Yeah.
2-3 weeks probably, and not going out a single time, and finally being like, okay, I'm gonna be able to do something. Obviously, like with taking the necessary precautions and everything like that, I'm gonna be able to go out and do something. Honestly, I would have looked at paint dry if it meant I could go out. You know what I mean? Because it was just like, just being at home all day.
Yeah,
exactly. It just feels like. To me, it feels like, what that movie Groundhog Day, where the guy's living the same day over and over. It just felt like that. I wake up and it's like, okay, clean, wash your clothes, go feed the animals, come back, do nothing, and it's just like, like it gets to you when it's all like that or whatever, But and then when I was doing that, because you know, and this like kind of goes into another topic that we're going to save for another podcast, you know, but I had to figure out a way to be able to make money, right? I had to figure out a way, not that I needed money, right? But everybody likes to have like maybe something on the side or whatever.
Yeah, who doesn't want money?
Yeah, who doesn't want money? Like we're human beings. Many of us are somewhat greedy. We're not completely greedy, you know, but it's natural to be a little bit, to have that desire for that stuff. That's normal. Right. So what I started doing was I started door dashing, right? And I was doing that probably for 3-4 months. And honestly, even though something's so dumb, right? It kind of brought me like a little bit more like purpose into what I was doing, right? Like, I don't know if purpose is the right word, but it like kind of revamped me, you know? Because being closed in all the time and not doing anything. And then I was like, okay, now I get to see like a random dude that's also closed in his house, you know? And he's through the window. He's like, thanks, bro. Thanks for bringing my Chipotle. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you got it, bro. Whatever it was.
Yeah,
you know?
Sorry to interrupt, but it like kind of like you said, like, you know, we were stuck in a place, you know, in our homes, and just that one little thing of being able to go out motivated you. Like, you know, before you were waking up and like, I have to do the same thing over and over. I have to, you know, like, I don't know what to do. Today's like the same thing. And it did feel like that, I think, for all of us. Like, it felt like we were just repeating the same day over and over. Like, wake up, like, whenever the hell we wanted, you know, eat something, go do something if we could, eat again because we were just bored, you know. And just that little fact that you were working DoorDash, I think, probably motivated you. Like, you actually had something to look forward to in the morning.
No, yeah, exactly. And the thing that I like to think about, right, is like how I think it's interesting because, like you said, many people have the same thoughts, you know. I don't think it's like something unique to me, right? But obviously I'm just saying like my view or whatever, right? But what made me start thinking about that, because like, you know, like, because as a person, you like realize your emotions, you know what I mean? You realize when you're unmotivated, you realize when you're kind of like, you know, more excited for things or whatever, and you know, your reaction to those things.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, if I had to go work a job at any other time, I'd be kind of like every day, like, we got to go to work. You know, yeah, I get money, but, you know, I wish I could do better things. I wish I could just sit at home and chill, you know.
Exactly.
And then it's like, you know how they say it's like, sometimes you get what you ask for, you know, even if it's not good.
Yeah.
Now all of us got to sit home and chill, you know what I mean? And the way I think about it, because it's like, I kind of like to bring into like things that like some other people may have related to, and it's kind of like more on a religious perspective. But they say that laziness is like the mother of all sin, right? In Spanish they say ociosidad, la madre de todos los pecados, right? The mother of all sins. Because
now, can you tell me where that is in the Bible, or?
No, I cannot tell you. Sorry, I wasn't in Africa for more than 2 years.
I can't tell you that. I just wanted to see if you knew.
Yeah, no, I don't know. But it's like me, I have a hard time remembering text, but I remember the words, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only ones that I kind of know are Proverbios, because I like read those a lot, like real seguidos. But okay, getting off topic. But I started realizing, right, that the reason that I felt that way was because I wasn't doing anything. I didn't have anything like to feel fulfilled. I didn't have anything to do. And not saying that I was like sinning or something, right? This is kind of just like to bring perspective into the like mind, right?
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I was in. But when you are in a place like that, when you're not doing anything and you're just sitting at home doing nothing, it kind of brings your mood down, because then you don't have anything to do. You don't have anything to challenge you. You don't have anything like that, you know? And then I realized how it also changed my perspective, because I was like, man, I hate having a job and like going to work all the time. But now it's something that made me excited, you know? Excuse me. It made me excited. And, you know, I just think that was one thing that, you know, and obviously I feel very blessed to be able to be in a position where I have the ability to work, you know? Because some people maybe, because I know there's a lot of kids, right, that are like maybe 16, 17, 18. They maybe don't have their own car to do what I did, like DoorDash. They maybe don't have a license, some of them, you know? And their family still needs to be supported, you know? Like, I understand. I feel very blessed to be in that position, you know? where I have the ability to do it, you know. And I'm not saying for people that like, oh, like don't be lazy, right? I'm just saying like I'm grateful for the circumstance that allowed me to be able to do this, you know, to be able to have more motivation for that.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of why we wanted to talk about this topic, you know, as you know, start our podcast with this topic, because you know, COVID affected us each in a different way. You know, like we see people, not just people of our faith or our religion, but people all over the world, people that lost their jobs, people that are getting evicted, people that, you know, are having trouble paying the bills. And you know, we see how, like, okay, you know, at least, and that's something kind of like that. Not that I had already like known about it, but going to Africa, I saw it more. Kind of like, you know, no matter how bad our situation is, there's always going to be someone that's in a worse situation. So be grateful for what you have. So, you know, as much as we can complain like, oh, COVID did this and I lost this, you know, there's still others that are, you know, even more affected than us. So that's kind of why we wanted to talk about this too, that so that we can like unite, like, you know, those that are listening, those that are going to be watching, you know, like, you know, I did go through this, like, and be able to relate. That's what we want. We don't want, you know, we don't want to just talk about random subjects that are like, oh, you know, why are they talking about this? We want to do something that interests not just us as, you know, like the co-hosts, but as, you know, as entertainers, we want to, like, you know, do something that interests you. So that's the most important part. And I think this topic is something essential, something important, like that, you know, that we aren't alone. You know, we're going through the same struggles. They may be different, but they're the same struggles that each and every one of us are going through.
Mm-hmm. Dang, you think you're an entertainer?
Well, that's what it is. Oh, yeah. Like, even like if you look at like Logan Paul, he says like I'm an entertainer. Like, yeah. Like I get in front of the camera, like that's what it is. Like I'm entertaining. Like for as much as we say, oh, it's just a podcast. Like what are people doing? Like listening, they're being entertained by our, you know. So technically, obviously we're like entertainers, but sorry, I can't say that. Sorry, I pulled the Jawan already. Dang it.
I'm gonna have to beep.
But look, I took Jawan's spot, so I guess that had to happen, you know. But you know, it's true. Like, I mean, we may be like the worst entertainers like on the planet Earth, but we're still technically, you know, like entertainers in a way.
Yeah. No, and for those that are listening and they probably couldn't like see like the sarcastic look I had on my face, right? Obviously, we're joking.
Oh, I know. That's why I know you just wanted like to bug me.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to mess around because I was gonna mess around with you and say what you said, basically. You know what I mean? Like, cause I also feel like, you know, cause like I don't want it to be like something where I heard this in a different podcast because they were talking, and then it was like at the end and they're like, oh, so what are you gonna do this? Da-da-da. Like the last 3 minutes, and then they were like, okay, well now we're just kind of like catching up. Let's just end it because it's kind of boring, right? And like we said, you know, we want to entertain you guys. We want to bring things that are relevant, obviously, that we want to talk about, but that are also relevant and entertaining. You know, so that's why we hope that we can continue to do this, and yeah, it should be fun. Okay, so another thing that I did, right? And okay, look, before you guys think that I'm like full of myself, right? Josh told me that he didn't want to talk very much about himself today, right? So like, I don't want people to think like, oh, why does Jared keep bringing it back to himself? You know?
I'm new, so I don't want to like, because, you know, normally, and this is at least for myself, you know, when someone comes to your house or, you know, you have a guest or something, your main focus is them and they're the ones talking the whole time, kind of type of thing. And I don't want that in this podcast right now. Like, you know, like this is yours and Javon's podcast, although it has the Lama Podcast, but like you guys, like, you know, like we're the ones to start it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know, barely getting involved, so I don't want to be like the main center of attention type of thing, you know?
Yeah, I get that. But like the thing too, like before I continue on or whatever, right? It's like, you know, like we always tell you, right? And you got your mom and everybody tells us too, because for those of you who don't know, I've known Joshy my whole entire life, right? And if I think back as long as I could to like a friend that I had.
I knew Jared when he was skinny.
That's how long he's known me.
Yeah. When Jared was skinny.
I was skinny until I was like 13, dude.
Yeah, he was skinny, and he didn't like pizza.
Oh my god.
Now that's all he eats. But
yes, look, double chin. You can see I didn't have that before. No.
I had to look at pictures, and we had to like make a video of just like our old pictures. I have a bunch, trust me.
Oh yeah, I have a couple too. But let me see. What was I gonna say? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we know each other for a long time. Yeah. When I think of a friend, the first person that I think in my head was like, because like I would used to be like very anxious,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt very scared to talk to people. I still, obviously anybody still feels kind of like that when they meet somebody or whatever, like you don't want to just like be like talking to every person. That's like kind of psychopathic, but
yeah.
But like me, I would be very scared to talk to people, but the only person that ever in my brain, I never felt scared to talk to, like besides like my brothers or whatever, is Josh and Toros, right? Them, I was like, oh my God, I could come up to them anytime, right? Like anytime, go talk to them. Anybody else, I was like, oh man, what if I say something weird? What if I this, like I'm not comfortable, so Josh has been my friend since forever, and your mom always tells us, sorry to cut you off, but let me just finish that.
No.
Like your mom always tells us, she wants us to feel like we're part of the family, that your house is my house is your house,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you this too because, like we were talking a little bit like before the pod or whatever, but also I want to bring it up now since it kind of came up, is like this should be something that I want you to participate in too, like because when we made this, it was like to talk to friends and everything,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like communicate back and forth and everything, and just like so I don't want you to think that it's like Jared and Javon's show. Obviously, like we're like I guess the main personalities or whatever, because we brought it up and whatnot, and we kind of built this dynamic, but you're also coming in here so we can just talk. At the end of the day, that's what all me and Joanne do. We just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of going back to what you said, Jared and I, and if you haven't listened to the podcast, like the one right before I left to Africa, I think it was the night before I left to Africa, back to Africa. It was my brother and I, and Javon and Jared. And in that podcast, we started talking about old stories and, like different things that we've gone through, like how, we're like brothers. Like even your mom calls us like her children. Like when we went to like Georgia this last time, like remember when we went to go get wings? Like, yeah, these are all my children, the fat ones and the skinny ones. Like, that's how we all were family. And like, it's weird because like, even his side of the family that I'm like not related to, we still consider them like family, like my Jody and, like all them, like, we're technically not Colombian, but we're like adopted Colombians. That's what we said last time.
Dude, yeah, like everyone in my family is totally like, if I bring you guys to a family party,
they're cool.
Like they're totally cool with it. You know what I mean?
Don't question it. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Only person that does it is my cousin Hannah, because she's always like. Remember the last time you went to like a birthday party and she was like, Andorra, I don't want these boys here. She's so pissed.
She was pissed the whole time.
But that's how she is, like she always gets mad about stuff.
Yeah, but like even your tia Medi and everything, like I hug her, kiss her, like like it's like we're family,
Oh yeah, and then like whenever like if we bring you guys somewhere, they'll be like, oh my God, why don't you bring them more often? What happened? You guys have friends, But yeah, we've been friends for forever, Back to like the one thing, so
we got totally off topic. Wow.
Yeah, we did, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
So with COVID too, I was also babysitting these kids, right?
Say the right word, Jared. Say the right word.
Okay, let me write down what I wrote. Babysitting Hill-billies.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I was babysitting Hill-billies, right? And my goodness, one of these kids, right? Like they're twins, but they're so different. You know what I mean? And like
I didn't know they were twins.
No, yeah, they were twins. They don't look like it, right?
No, I didn't know. Yeah.
No. Yeah, they don't look like it, but
they don't.
These kids, dude. One of them, I swear, when he talks, I'd have to tell him like this is how I imagine that like people listen to Colombian people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like wait. I understand you're speaking Spanish, the same language. This kid, you're speaking English, right? Because we're in America. That's where you've lived. But why the hell do I not understand you? Right? Because this could be like, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna go put the chicken, cause everybody. I'm like, can you just like, again, but like English, right? We got to finish it. I'm like, oh my goodness. One word at a time. Way, night, the go outside. And like, oh my goodness, these children, dude, I've lived here for a year now, but I still, no, more than a year.
More than a year.
Year and a half. Year and a half-ish. Yeah. My goodness, I cannot understand the people here, dude. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible. I go to the store. You know, it's not as bad as Louisiana, but I go to the store.
Really?
Dude, Louisiana? Oh my God. Me and my mom, we went to go to a dollar store because like when we were driving here to Georgia for the first time, like about 2 years ago. Dang, like 2.5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
We were driving and we had to stop obviously to like put gas and stuff, and we're like somewhere we're about to get to a hotel like in an hour or two. But we stopped and we're like, okay, let's buy snacks and food for tomorrow, right? Like that, because we don't stop for food. We just like get sandwich crap to make in the car. And then we go to this little store, right? And then, oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so first of all, it's full of black people, right? Okay. And I'm not saying anything. Wait. Let me finish. I'm going to tell you, an older person said this to me. Someone related to me. I'm not going to say who. Okay, just to not put that person on blast here, right? But I'm gonna say what they said, okay? And people don't be offended, okay? This is the reality of things. This person said, "Man, they're all looking at us like if we're black." It was just like, dude, because over there, right? I'll be honest, people were staring at us like crazy. They're like, these people, they're not black, they're not white. There's some weird in between, right?
Bro, that's how it was in Africa. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, they look at you, they're like, what the heck is this thing? You know? Because they live in Louisiana, and they live in this tiny town that has, like, maybe 3,000 people, you know? And it's off the highway. They only, like, it's far from the highway. It's like, you know what I mean? Because we're going into a place to get to a hotel. And then they see us and they're like, what the heck, you know? And they were looking at us like hella weird, dude. Like staring us up and down, and like they would stare at us, you know? And it was like, what the heck? And then when we went to go pay, the lady was like, "Hey, gonna pay?" And we're like, what the heck is she? We had to ask her like 3 times. And then she just pointed at the scanner thing. And it was like $2.19. And we're like, what the hell?
Like, oh, I thought you were saying $10.98.
No. That's why it was confusing. We didn't understand. But I think it's because, like, in Louisiana, they have, like, you know, like, dialects and stuff, you know? Like, they speak, like, what is that thing? Like, Creole or something like that? They speak, like, Creole. So they, like, have, like, a weird way of speaking over there. You know, more like South Louisiana. We went through, like, the middle. But, like, basically that, you know? But people here have such weird accents. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand. How can people living in speaking the same language, all speak so differently, right? Mm-hmm. Like British people. Jovan, he says he hates British people. Not British people, but their accents, right? And I like listen to British YouTubers, and my brother will be, if I have it like on speaker or whatever, he's like, oh my God, what the hell is that? Like he feels like he's listening to some sort of like, you know, like the most disgusting thing ever, you know? Yeah, but that kind of getting off topic. I babysitted Hill-billies. That's what I was doing.
I was like, how did you get here?
Yeah, we're just going all over the place, man. But I babysitted Hill-billies basically, and the children were very interesting. There was one that would get mad all the time, right? And if I ever told him anything, he starts crying. And there was the other one that when his brother would get mad at him, or if I told him to go eat his lunch, he'd start crying. And the funniest thing, dude, was when they were both doing something stupid, and I tell both of them something, then they're both crying. My goodness, so dang funny. And then one time they were like fighting, right? And then they were fighting over the Xbox because, like, you know, people might judge me for this, but I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna. What is it? What do they expect me to do? Babysitting a kid, right? Am I supposed to like fondle him? Like I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Right? So I'm just like, I'm gonna throw a controller at this kid, turn on my Xbox, say, which colorful game do you want to play? Right? They choose a colorful game, most of the time Fortnite, and they play for hours, right?
Pause.
Unpause. Okay, Josh just made me pause. And he asked me their age. I'm gonna cut it. That's so funny.
Flashback.
What age were they?
9.
Sorry, you should have gave that background information. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
End of flashback.
Time out.
What?
Okay. And because I don't want to interrupt you, so I was all right. Cut. Let me talk.
I'm gonna cut in between over there. Oh my god, it's gonna be so funny. Okay, but these kids were 9, right?
Yeah.
And their dad, their stepdad, right? When he was over there, he's like, look, if they don't listen to you, and the mom was there too, so I was like, you know what? I guess they both said yes, do this. I was like, okay, I guess, I don't know, I'm just gonna listen to them, right? If they're being dumb, they're like, I want you to put them in a corner, right, or against the wall, and have them like basically doing like the sitting thing, you know? And they're like, I'll have them do that for like 20-30 minutes. I'm like, Jesus Christ. These kids have to be like Olympic athletes at this point. You know what I mean? Like the legs on them, imagine? Because they were like, I'll be honest, they were annoying, man. I'm like, I can't imagine how much times you guys get in trouble at home. But I only did that 2 times. The first time I did it, I was like, okay, not 20 minutes, that's crazy. So I was like, I'm gonna put 5 minutes, right? And I put them over there for 5 minutes. And like I told them, you guys go over to the wall. They're like, no! They start crying like crazy, bawling. They're on the floor bawling. And I was like, I already said it. I have to commit. You know what I mean? Because if not, what am I going to look like? I'm going to look like a loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I was just like, okay, never mind. Nah. I need to step down with authority. Right?
That's right, Jared.
That's right. Yes. So then I told him to go. Oh my God. Dude, I was watching TV, right? I literally paused that and just watched them. It was so dang funny.
Forgot? Oh.
No.
Oh,
I was.
This dummy forgot.
No.
You was watching TV, forgot the kids were there.
No. I put a timer on my phone, but I paused the TV. I literally paused TV. I just watched them cry for 5 minutes, bro. I don't know why. I feel like this is something traumatic for them. You know? I'm like, bro, they think they're gonna be here for like an hour or something. You know what I mean? And I could tell they were so relieved when I was like, okay, done. They're like, that's it? And I was like, yeah, 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm not going to put you there for an hour. Oh, thank goodness. It's just like, Jesus Christ. Hey, white people are different, man. Not to be racist.
Then you wonder, like that little kid is probably going to end up, like, turning into, like, J.J. Watt in the future.
Oh, yeah. Watch, dude. He's going to be insane. Those legs on him? Yeah. My goodness. Either J.J. Watt or he's going to be, like, you know what I mean? He might, like, I don't know. White kids do stuff at school. I don't know.
No, that was a really bad failure, Jared. Like you were gonna give an example. I don't know.
Yeah, no. It's because I was trying to think of a name. Okay, I was trying to think of a name of a school shooter, but like I don't like to support those things, dude. Honestly, whenever I hear about school shooting, I don't even look up anything because I'm like, you know what? I don't want this guy because that's what those people want. You know, not to get too off topic, but like those people just want attention. You know what I mean? And that's why they write like a 2-page thing. They're like, oh, the government is this and da-da-da-da-da, and no one cares about, I don't know why. I was like, okay, bro, why'd you shoot them though? Like, you know what I mean? They just want attention. So I never look up their names, you know? I think those are some of the worst people on this earth. You know? But
who are the worst people on earth?
Pedophiles. Pedophiles, people that shoot schools. Let me see. Racist people. Wait, no. Let me go back. Pedophiles, right? Racist school shooters, and
racist pedophiles.
Yes, racist pedophiles. If you are anything of bad, like you're a Nazi, right? Let's say you're a Nazi, but you're not racist, right? You're like, I like my because have you seen there's this Nazi guy, not a Nazi, a KKK guy, but he has a black friend. It's so weird, and he takes him to the Klan meetings and stuff. And he's all dressed he's like a grand wizard. He's like, this here is my friend. And y'all better treat him with respect. Because but he's a better person than any of you. And I'm just like, dang, I'm like, okay, this guy might be like, we can do something with him, you know? We could help him out. But still, you're in one of these like horrible people rankings. You know what I mean? But yeah. Let me see who else.
We keep getting off topic.
I think Hitler beats everybody. just because I cannot believe he was actually a person. Hey, imagine we talked to Hitler and he's just like, man, I had a bad childhood. I was, he's like, I was 5 years old and I was raped by a Jew. That's why.
You know what's funny? We are getting so off topic, but I want to finish with this. You know how like normally in school they ask you like random dumb questions, like who would you like to meet if dead or alive, and like blah blah, and like some people are like, oh, I want to meet like some like random person, and I chose Hitler, and everyone's like, why would you want to meet Hitler? Like I would want to see like how really crazy was this dude.
Oh like, yeah, I was just talking with Diggles like 2 weeks ago. I want to talk to Hitler.
Yeah. I would love to sit down. He would probably want to kill me, but like I would want to sit down and talk to, like, obviously I probably wouldn't understand him or anything, but like I wish I could like just see this guy, like, and see what the hell was going on through his mind, because this guy probably had so many psychological problems within his damn brain. So I would want to sit down and talk to this guy. Like I think it would be something like, wow, like holy crap,
Yeah, I think the same thing, because I'm just like, I would tell him like, hey, hello Hitler, and he'd probably be like, no, 9. Okay. Yeah. Do you actually hate me? Like just because of this? Like even though I've never met you, and like, oh my, I would honestly prepare for so long just to like ask him questions. Oh my God, I was thinking about this like a month ago randomly. Oh my God. And it's like, I would ask him so many things, like why the Jews? What did they do? I'm convinced of one of a few things, right? That Hitler was abused by a Jew. He was sexually assaulted by a Jew, right? Maybe he was like a what's it called? A housemaid or something, or a male housemaid, And he's just like, you know what? I don't like those guys. They did those things to me. Not my friends, Who knows? That, right?
Cite your sources, Jared.
Cite my sources. My brain. Source number 1.
Damn.
Yeah, very, very trustworthy, this thing right here. But I think it's that, right? And another thing I was thinking, like, he was always like the perfect German, has blonde hair, blue eyes, fair skin, right? And I'm like, bro, you didn't even look like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe that's why he killed himself, because he was like, you know what? I'm never gonna be a perfect German. You know what I mean? Oh my God, Hitler. That's like a whole nother thing. I think Hitler is so interesting, just like as a person, because like I don't know, he was crazy. People say like, especially the way he did everything within the government of Germany. A lot of people compare him to Trump just because of like the way they dismantled the government.
Yeah.
He totally changed the way the government works, and like he did a lot of things, to like he actually went into, like, not to get too much into it, right? But he went into Germany when it was like in a horrible spot, and people thought he was going to be somebody to change everything. That's why they were so easy, because they were such in a crap spot. They were in a horrible spot, and it was like, man, Germany sucks. He's like, you know what? I'm going to make Germany the best in the world. I think his words, he would say superior, right? He's like, it will be superior from everyone else, even though it's kind of racist, like the way he said it. But like, I think that's what he was thinking. But yes, Hitler, great guy.
All this started because we were talking about Babysitting Hill-billies.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to get into the next one?
What's the next one?
Okay. My father does not understand the male anatomy. Okay. He doesn't know. He also does not know what a vasectomy is, right? And to be honest, it was quite a shock to me, being 22 years old and understanding what that is. And I thought, my goodness, how old mentally is my father, But let me explain this. So I'm outside like 3 weeks ago, and I see a snake with my chickens. And you might be thinking, how does this connect to the male anatomy? Just wait. I'm outside, and I see a snake. I swear
I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it. All right, go.
And this is the first. Josh, I told Josh this. I didn't tell him it.
I don't know the story. I'm listening like with you, so I'm laughing already because like I'm just expecting, because I'm thinking what on my mind, like what is Pooter gonna do? Like what is Pooter gonna say?
Okay, but Yeah, Josh doesn't know anything. I've been telling him. I've been hyping up this story.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this
ago.
story. Yeah.
And then I see a snake, right? And obviously I freak out because I'm like, snake, right? And it's over there with the chickens. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get my gun to shoot this snake. And I came back and the snake is gone, right? Y'all, sorry, PETA, do not come for me. But I went to go get my gun to kill this snake. And then I come back, that mother sucker is not there, right? I said sucker, okay? I didn't curse. But that guy is not there, right? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, where could he be, right? So naturally, I have, and I'm going to say this because I always say this, right? I go to the man that always tells me to go for him whenever I need help. My hillbilly neighbor. Not my dad. I went to my hillbilly neighbor. He refers to himself as the biggest piece of white trash you've ever seen. I go to him and I say, hello, neighbor. First of all, I need bullets. And how the hell do I get this snake? Right? I go across the street and I tell him.
It's the front neighbor, right?
Yeah, the front neighbor. Right? And many may know him, Zach. Like I said, he said this the first day we met him. Hello, my name is Zach. I'm the biggest piece of white trash you've ever seen. So this is the man that we go to. Okay, for anything. So I go and I say, what's up? He's in shorts. He looked like he's asleep, and I knocked on his door. He came. And I said, hey, I have a snake. I need some bullets. I'll pay you. He's like, okay, let me go get the bullets. And he told me, honestly, you shouldn't shoot the snake. What did it look like? I show him this video that I took of the snake, right? And he says to me, oh, wow, that's a tiny snake. And I was kind of in shock because jumping ahead 2 weeks, I ended up killing the snake 2 weeks later. And this guy was as long as me, 5.5 feet long. So I was like, first of all, my neighbor's crazy, right? White trash, as he says. But he tells me, oh, that thing's small.
You got to send me that video.
Oh, yeah, I'll send you the video. But then he tells me, that's small. Honestly, just grab it with your hands. He might try to bite at you, but he's not poisonous. And I was like, okay, you're obviously crazy. You're not doing that, And then he was like, oh, he's like, well, you got to do that. I say, don't shoot it if it's like somewhere where the chickens live, because then they won't want to go there because they'll be scared. And where I ended up killing the snake, the chickens don't go there anymore. But he's like, don't kill it if it's there, And I was like, oh, I'm going to shoot it because I'm not going to grab that, right? He's like, oh, okay, whatever. He's like, I would go help you, but I just got a vasectomy. No, he tells me, I just cut my balls. And I was like, oh my God, I freaked out. Because I was like, did something happen to his balls? At first. Because he didn't say the word vasectomy. I thought maybe he dropped a large piece of metal on his balls. And I was like, my goodness. He hurt himself because he does construction. I thought, man, this guy fell on a beam and crushed his balls. So I'm a concerned neighbor, and I go, oh my goodness, what happened? Are you okay? Right? And he says, yes, I'm fine. What do you mean? I'm going to keep going. I'm fine. What do you mean? I said, well, obviously you injured your balls. What happened? Right? And I'm like, what happened? You injured your balls. This isn't good. Right? And he's being so chill about it. Okay, he said, I cut my balls. And I was like, Jesus Christ. He has I was thinking Logan Paul. This fool has less of a testicle, right? I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's so sad. But then he tells me, no, stupid, I got a vasectomy. I was like, oh. He's like, I snipped them boys. He's like, I don't want no more kids. Those mother effers are annoying. I was like, oh yeah, I get you.
Oh man, that's funny.
He has 5 kids, and he has one adopted one. But he was telling me that, and I was like, oh dang, crazy. And he was telling me, yeah, I can't do nothing, blah blah blah. I would help you, but I can't. And I was like, okay, whatever, right? I walk away. As I'm crossing the street, I see my mom pull up to the house, my mom and my dad, because they went to the store together. And I told my mom, I'm like, hey, Mutter, you're not going to guess what happened. I just went with Zach, and he told me that he cut his balls. Like, sip, sip, no kids, right? And she's like, oh, my God. And why is that important? I'm like, oh, that's why he said he can't be over here, right? Help us. Oh, okay, man. Whatever. My mom tells my dad, because my dad was like, what happened to his balls? Like, what happened? And then he's like, se cortó los huevos para no tener niños. And my dad's like, ¿Se hizo una mujer o qué? And we were like, what are you talking about? He's like, se los cortó. Pues, ahora nomás tiene el S. Y like, ¿cómo se va a ver eso? And we're like, no, they're like still there, like in the, in the enclosure.
Sack.
In the sack. Yes, they're still there in the sack. He just got the tube snipped. He's like, ¿qué tubos? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, son huevos. No tienen tubos. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Right? And my dad, he's like, he's literally tripping out so hard. So dang hard. He's like, what do you mean of tubes? Like, what are you talking about the dingling? I was like, no, we're talking about the tubes from your balls. They go to that thing. Right? And my dad was so confused. And he's talking about it with my mom throughout the entire night. Right? He's like, Adri, ¿cómo es que se cortó los huevos? ¿Cómo se ve ahí abajo? ¿Cómo se ve? He's like, ya no tiene huevos, nada más eso. ¿Y un hoyo ahí abajo o qué? ¿Un hoyo? He's like, no, Caleb, se cortó nomás el tubo. So, se cortó el pipi. ¿Cómo el mujer le va a dejar? Le va a dejar el mujer, vas a ver. Porque ya no tiene nada aquí. Solo unos huevos ahí, el piel de los huevos, the sack. Now at this point, he thinks that he just has a sack, that he removed his balls. Right? He's like, this man is walking around without a wiener, with a sack of extra skin with nothing in it. Right? So, and then my dad is talking about this for 2 days, dude. He is so confused.
Did you have to like show him a video or something?
No, he's still confused. He doesn't understand. And I was just like,
oh my God.
I was like, man, am I gonna have to have a talk with my dad? You know what I mean? Because I was just like, how is this possible? You know?
He's gonna turn into Fausto.
Dude, honestly, if you guys don't know, Fausto is one of my tios. Man, I swear we could do a whole episode on him. That guy is insane. Okay, for those of you guys that know my dad, imagine my dad, 40 years older and about 2 times crazier, right? 2 times more mentally unstable. Like, you need a psychiatric doctor to fix these issues. And then probably that won't even work. He needs to be in a straitjacket with white padded walls. That's this man, right? This man sleeps in church every single day. He doesn't go home. He showers once every 2 weeks. This is what this man is. He wears a white shirt, and after 2 weeks, it's yellow. And he says, look, I'm wearing white. He wears a black shirt, and it turns gray. This is who he is. And just how the color of his shirts deteriorates, so is his mental state.
I saw that coming. Oh, dude, he's not that bad, but yeah.
I'm just obviously happy that I'm bad. This guy's insane. Imagine I could get him on a podcast. That'd be hilarious. That's it. I think that all we got today. My goodness, dude, that was funny, huh? The snake and the balls. Dude, I swear. Maybe I'm gonna do another one where I sit down with my dad and watch a video. You know, and I could talk to you about it. Oh my goodness.
Understand this.
That'd be so hilarious, bro.
You need to record that too. Like, record while you're explaining to him.
Dude, honestly, that'd be so funny. Oh my goodness. Well, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. We're about 1 hour into it.
Really?
We're about an hour. Oh no, we have like 5 minutes left-ish. You know? Oh, but do you want to talk about the thing that we were saying?
Damn, they went by quick. All right.
Yeah, I think we have like 5-8 minutes.
Yeah, we wanted to personally thank everyone for the support, for the love that you guys have shown throughout this time. Jared and I were talking, and this started as an idea, and that's what he mentioned earlier. It was a way to talk to friends, to incorporate with them, see how they're doing, kind of like how we're doing now. And you want to add more?
Yeah, so like I said, I honestly appreciate you guys supporting what it is that we're doing. It means a lot. like I said, this started as something, and I talk about it with people because sometimes they mention it or whatever, or, sometimes I feel like I joke about it a lot, that we don't really make money from this, because I think maybe sometimes because it's brought up to me, but I don't care about making money from this. It's kind of just like a passion project, you know what I mean? Because like I said, if you guys listen to the first few episodes, we literally talked about nothing. We were just like, oh, today I went to the store and I saw this weird thing and I saw this other thing and we did this, and it was kind of a way for us to talk to our friends, a way for us to do the first 4 episodes is like Esteban, you, and me and Joanne talking about stupid stuff, right? Like that's like what this thing is about, just like, it started off like that, and I don't want it to be, or how can I say, I want it to be something that is the best possible thing I can bring to everybody, because I appreciate what everybody does and how everybody has taken a liking into it, and honestly, that is just me. It means the world, because even though I don't make any money, you guys see, and I say this not to just like, to flex or something, but I bought this $100 mic. I have this other $200 thing to insert the mic into it. I have these cameras now, like not cameras, but I use my phone now, and I have to do, it makes the editing process a whole lot different. We do video now, and like I make honestly nothing, right? I make almost nothing from this, but I do it because it's something that I love, something that's become very fun, and I even have other things that I want to do, I'm not going to speak too much on it because I don't like talking about like, oh God, I don't like to hype people up. I mentioned this on this, the solo episode that I did. I don't want to say, guys, next week I'm going to be doing this. Wait, watch, because I might not do it. You know what I mean? Something might come up and then I'd never do it, or maybe it doesn't work and I never do it,
Exactly.
But obviously I have plans for things or whatever, and I honestly just appreciate everyone that comes here, that listens, especially the people that listen all the way through, right? And these last couple of minutes, if you guys, so look, we don't have an official name for you guys, right? But you guys are the true fans, right? The people that listen all the way up until the last minutes, we're never gonna talk to you guys. We're gonna come up with a name for you guys, but we're never gonna talk to you guys throughout the episode. Only in the last couple minutes, as always. And we're gonna do something today just so I can know who you guys are.
So
right?
Keep it a secret.
Keep it a secret. Yes, you guys are gonna be part of a very exclusive group.
Yeah, like don't people like, oh, did you listen to the last part of the podcast? Like that's the best part. Like no, like those that truly take the time, show the love to us, that stay the whole time and dedicate their moments. Because I know it's easy to listen to some part of the podcast. Oh, that was funny, but not finish it. So those that are finishing and staying with us at the beginning, like you guys are special.
Yeah, you guys are honestly the people that that you guys are getting. Obviously, other people probably get value from this too. I had somebody the other day on the hour 30-minute podcast that I did with Edgar. They said I listened for about 20-30 minutes. It was really good, right? And they told me I loved it. I listened to like 30 minutes, right? And I'm like, okay, there's about an hour they didn't listen to, right? Obviously I'm still grateful, right? I think it's really cool that somebody took the time to listen to me for 30 minutes because who am I? But still, like, there's people that listen to the entire thing,
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful for that. And, like you guys are the people that are, really invested into this and actually have like love and care for us and like, give half a crap about what we're doing, so I appreciate you guys. Okay, so if you guys are going to do this, screenshot on Instagram, on Spotify, wherever you're listening to this, right? And say, I love the episode, and put hashtag Llama Squad, hashtag TLP, okay? Put those two hashtags, and then send us a screenshot, okay? If you do that, I'm going to pick from the people there, and next week, I'm going to say who it is in the last 5 minutes, like always, and I'm going to send you $5, okay? So whoever does that, make sure you guys post it. I'll give you guys, like, within the first 2-3 days, or just throughout the week, right? Just 2 days before the next episode I do, I'll give you guys 5 days. You guys do that, I'll send you $5, okay? Hashtag Llama Squad, hashtag TLP, and send me a screenshot. And let me know that you listened to this, to the last part.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once again, we want to thank you guys. Thank boys, girls, everyone who's listening. Takes your time. It's been a like a ride to go on, honestly. Like how we said, you guys started with just an idea, and it started off with not a lot of equipment. It was just like for fun.
Oh, we recorded off my phone, like exactly. Audio phone. No, at first it was just straight up the phone recording, like voice memos. Mm-hmm. We record that, upload that. Then we thought we were cool. We got the headphone, and we would be like this, passing it back and forth. And then we got these other tiny little mics, and now we're finally like at something more professional.
Yeah, and you've seen the progression, and you guys have been there with us the whole time. So we want to say thank you. Like you guys are awesome. So now we're starting to do video, and hopefully we continue staying active. We have some pretty good topics lined up for you guys. Some things that may be very interesting to you, some things that may not, but it's stuff that we want to talk about, stuff that we think is very important. And we have some projects coming up that we're excited for, and honestly can't wait to start.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, guys. So yeah, I'd appreciate it, guys, if you guys would go over there, do all that, share the podcast, do everything like that, listen everywhere. This has been the Lama Podcast again. Thank you. I'm not going to say our guest, Josh. He's the host. Josh is the host. So all of y'all, send Josh some love. Go follow him. I'm going to post him over here a couple days before the podcast comes out.
We might go to, before.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to... Sorry. But we're going to try to start going on live every once in a while, or right before we post the next pod, so we can have questions and answers and get ideas for future pods.
Yes. So definitely look out for that. We're gonna post it like a day before when we do that. Look out for our lives. And yeah, that should be it, guys. Send Josh some love. Send us questions if you guys want for the next podcast. For those that are in the Llama Squad, real fans that are in the last couple seconds, shout out to you guys, and shout out to everybody listening. This has been the Llama Podcast. My name is JERED Garcia.
Josh Martinez.
And this has been the Lama Podcast. See you guys later. Bye.